If you're a business owner or marketer involved with your company's website, this is another simple but meaningful do-it-from-home test that you can run against your business website today to check a key marketing element. You need to know that this aspect of your site is set up correctly in a Google-friendly way, and I'm going to show you how to do this now. You'll know from previous videos in this series that I'm encouraging you to use these free do-it-from-home tests to assess your site in different ways. Overall, we look at your business website from 4 different angles. We think about its design, its content, its technology, and its marketing. And we're going to run through another marketing test today. You can do this on your phone, but I think you'll find it easier on a laptop or a PC. You need to go to Google's website and enter this specific text into the search box. So you're typing in the word site, immediately followed by a colon and then your website's address. If I were doing this for our website, I would enter site, Rubiqa.co.uk, and I would see this. Let me explain what we're looking at. By entering this specific search, you've just asked Google to show you all the pages it knows about that belong to your website. I know you've done this for your site, but you could put any web address after the colon and it would show you the details of all pages for that site. So you can do this against a competitor's site too if you're interested. The first thing to look for is the number of results, which will appear near the top. This is the total number of pages from your site that Google has indexed. And when I say indexed, I mean that Google has visited that page, read and digested its content, and added the page to its search database. And as such, any of the pages you see listed on the screen are pages that might appear in someone's search results, should they search Google for something relevant to your business. The number of results is important because you want Google to index all pages on your site. If that number looks low to you, you should flag this up to your website designer and get them to investigate further. It is possible to specify to Google, and other search engines for that matter, that you don't want selected pages to appear in the search results. So you need to be sure that this isn't happening if your page count does look low. But the main thing we're looking at is the list of blue clickable headlines and the sentences of text that appear underneath. The blue headlines are the meta titles of your website's pages, and they are a critical part of any search engine optimization work you undertake. And the sentence of text underneath is the meta description, which is important too. There are 3 things you should check to ensure that your metadata is well optimized. Is your meta title, that's the blue headline, unique? It should be. Every key content page of your site should focus on a single topic, and so its meta title should reflect that. Each meta title is an opportunity to indicate to Google the breadth and variety of the services you offer, so you don't want to waste this opportunity by using several of your meta titles to tell Google the same thing. Secondly, is it meaningful? Each meta title and its accompanying meta description should read well, and ideally should include mention of specific terms a would-be customer might use in a search. And lastly, is it enticing? Although the search engine itself is merely a computer, remember that search engine users are people. If someone uses Google to search for your products or services, you need the text that Google presents back to them to be enticing enough to compel them to click the link and visit your site. When someone completes a proper search, Google doesn't always use the meta description. That's a sentence of text under the blue headline, but it does get used a lot. So you should ensure that the wording is likely to achieve what you want, namely that someone clicks a link and comes through to your website. Looking at the list of meta titles and meta descriptions from our site, this is an example of a good one that I'm happy with. The headline includes a phrase I know prospective customers might search for, mobile apps for business, and by adding Derby Agency to that, we're flagging to Google that we're a relevant search result if the person doing that search is in the Derby area. Rubiqa, the website name at the end, tends to get put there for you by Google, so while I don't particularly feel it needs to be there, Google's done that anyway. The meta description reads well enough, and by posing a question, it should entice a prospective customer to click the link and find out more. And here are a couple of examples that aren't so strong. Read all about it as a meta title isn't particularly well chosen. It's there because this page is an article page on our site, and that was the title of the article. But from an SEO point of view, it's not great, because who's going to search for read all about it? The article is about magazine and newsletter design, so the meta description is okay, but I can see that there's scope for us to improve the SEO of this page. And here's another one. On the face of it, this doesn't look so good either, but I've included this example deliberately as you may have the same issue with your site. This link points to a PDF on our website, not an actual web page. PDFs do not have meta titles and meta descriptions in exactly the same way as a web page, but there is different metadata that you can set within a PDF which should encourage Google to show suitable text in the blue headline. Much like before, the meta title you see here is not well optimized. But as the document was originally published as an electronic magazine where metadata doesn't matter at all, this is not an unusual situation. It doesn't mean that I can't go back and address that though, as it isn't helping my SEO. And that's the purpose of this test, to show you how to see your site in the same way Google does, so that you can tweak, refine, and where necessary, completely rewrite your meta titles and meta descriptions. If that's something you're going to go ahead and do, keep meta titles to around 10 words, and meta descriptions to no more than 25, and think like a customer. Don't use industry terminology that may be familiar to you if your customers aren't as well informed. Instead, using relevant text, perhaps in the form of questions, which should encourage the would-be visitor to find out an answer, as this will make your metadata more compelling and therefore bring more visitors to your site. Our scanner system runs around 40 different tests on our website, and a couple of these focus specifically on meta titles and meta descriptions. In particular, these tests highlight whether your meta titles are unique across your whole site and that the titles and descriptions use a suitable number of words. We're offering free scanner reports to marketing people at the moment, so if you'd like to claim a free report for your business website, go to rubiqa.co.uk/scanner or click on the link in the notes on our YouTube channel. We covered another marketing idea today. We'll look at design, content and technology in future videos, so if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get a notification when we add the next video in the series. And each of these videos is designed to help you build a website snagging list, which you can then discuss with your website designer. If you work through that list with him or her, you'll steadily tick off issues and continue to make improvements to your business website as you go.